welcome everyone. Gunner is here. Apologies that you cannot see me, but we got our week 7 recap of college football. And guys, it was the week, one of the weekends that we've been waiting for. October 12th came around, right? And I think overall it was a 10 out of 10. And it really started with Friday night. As you can see here, the Sun Devils beat Utah 27-19 Friday night in Tempe. Crazy things happen at night games in Tempe, really in general, I think, in my opinion, but definitely night games. But shout out to ASU, man. Scatterbo. I mean, he's just breaking tackles left and right. That defense is very underrated. The DC recently got, an extension. I mean, he knows what he's doing over there. So Kenny Dillingham is doing the right things. Hopefully, this can sustain. I think that's really the big step next, right? Another one. We almost saw Bama lose twice in a row, guys. That would have been something. But they gave away and they win 27-25. It was very fascinating. It was 27-20. Gamecocks they score. It was 27-19, right? And so they score, so it makes it 27-25. They go for 2 points, and just a horrible throw. Unfortunately, they go for an onside kick. They onside kick it. They make it. They get it, and then just more bad offense. And again, Bama escapes away with the win at home too, at their place. So hopefully things can change there in Tuscaloosa, but. Yeah, these last 2 weeks have been tough. Next one, Clemson continues to roll in the ACC. I don't know what else to really say other than that. 49-14 was the final. So looks like again they will be the leaders for the playoffs for ACC. Next one, Mizzou again. This is what you expect when you face a team like UMass in October, mid October, 45-3. Good to see that they can bounce back after their dreadful loss against Texas A&M. Next one here is the Red River rivalry. 34-3 is the final. Texas wins. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put more on them, but that you can give some kudos to that OU defense for what they did for the most part. But I mean, just Texas, just so physical. Defense is very, very underrated. I think we need to start talking more about Texas defense. I understand it's OU backup quarterback in, right, that we didn't expect going into the year. Wide receivers out left and right, but still, I mean, they don't really give up many points from what I recall from just in these games in general, right? You play the opponent no matter who it is. So, all right, next one here, and yeah, dreadful one. Obviously, as you know, I'm a Trojan fan. We lose in overtime, pretty much the first of many overtime games this Saturday. We lose 33-30. We're up 20. We're up 26 at half, right? So obviously, from that standpoint, we definitely lost the game. We choked, but I mean, at the same point, we had there was three fourth down plays in that last drive before overtime. Could stop them, right? I mean, get one of them. The refs, they let you play in this league. They definitely let you play in this league. It hasn't gone our way, but it is what it is. But hey, at the end of the day, tip your cats out to 44, dude. That man took over this game. So that's all we can really say. Next one here is a stump, and Notre Dame defeats Stanford 49-7, and Notre Dame seems to be cruising now. I mean, there's no offense, the schedule wasn't crazy difficult, so they still have a good chance to win out and make the playoffs. We'll see. Next one here was a tightly contested game, Pitt versus Cal in Pittsburgh. And Pitt gives away 17-15. Very tightly contested game, pretty much defensive battle. Pitt stays undefeated. They are 6-0. Illinois versus Purdue. Illinois comes back with a win against Purdue. Shout out to Purdue for their fight, man. Put them at 49 points. Didn't expect this type of fight, especially against the Wisconsin game and whatnot. So shout out to Purdue, but also shout out to, I know we don't like moral victories, but shout out to Illinois. You got the win. You're able to get back on the winning ways, right? And now you can move forward. And believe you have some big time games coming up here, and maybe next week or the next couple of weeks. So huge win and Big Ten football, baby, Big Ten football. All right, next one is BYU Arizona. I mean, BYU continues to impress, man. 41-19. Arizona continues to just be inconsistent, in my opinion. Or maybe this is just really the real team, and we shouldn't put much stock on that Utah. Maybe we shouldn't, right? Since Utah lost to ASU. Yeah, continues to impress, and yeah, this is great for the state of Utah for BYU. Next one, we got Georgia, Mississippi State, and Georgia wins 41-31. And at the end of the day, you're just looking to get wins, and so not the cleanest, I would say, especially on the defensive side. But hey, at the end of the day, you're just trying to get W's. Next one here, and this was an overtime victory. Tennessee wins 23-17 over the Florida Gators. Again, one of another overtime game. This is our second of the night, and yeah, Tennessee gets enough to win. Definitely didn't expect an overtime game. I expected Tennessee to kind of get right after the Arkansas loss, and obviously they it didn't happen, didn't transpire. Next one, Oregon versus Ohio State, and Oregon wins 32-31. I mean, you got to tip the cap at the end of the day. Oregon's got a loaded team. Obviously, Ohio State does too, but that offense was firing all cylinders, in my opinion. I mean, they really hurt themselves a lot. Going for two. I think there was missed extra points, stuff like that. The wide receiver getting ejected like that, that's hurting yourself, right? And for them to still come back and make the plays and win the game 32-31, I mean, you really got to tip their cap. So shout out to them. This is definitely most likely could be a replay of, or we'll have a rematch in the Big Ten championship game. And to be honest, you could even see them play again if that happens, or if not in the playoffs. I mean, these are two playoff teams, and man, we'll see them definitely there. And our third overtime game here, Ole Miss versus LSU. LSU wins 29-26 on a game-winning touchdown to Lacey. So shout out to LSU, man. This is a huge win. Dreadful loss for Ole Miss. I mean, Jackson Dart even said they have to win out to make the playoffs, to maybe have a chance at the SEC championship, right? Like, in order to reach their goals, they got to win now. So, hopefully that happens for them, for their sakes. Can't recall on top of my head some of the games. I think Ole Miss and Georgia play. So I mean that's a huge game right there. But yeah, shout out to LSU for getting this win. All right, couple more guys, and then as always we'll go into recruiting segment. Hope you guys have been enjoying so far the recap. And yeah, just let me know, guys. Like what a weekend! What a weekend! But Iowa State Cyclones defeat West Virginia 28-16, and they continue to win. Man, they just put win after win. Defense is looking good. Defense is stopping people. You don't see that much, honestly, in the Big 12, so that's why it's so impressive, in my opinion. Another great game. This was not an overtime game, but final score 31-28, Kansas State over Colorado at Colorado. So crowd was rowdy, night game, and Kansas State gets it done. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to Avery Johnson. It was pretty funny that he did the Dion celebration. But to me, I think that's more of a respect thing, at the end of the day. But you can see both ways. And then lastly, Boise State versus Hawaii. Jeanty continues, does his thing. 28-7 was the final score. And Ashton Jeanty just continues to score touchdowns, break tackles, and he is the Heisman frontrunner, in my opinion. All right, guys, recruiting. So the number one edge in JUCO, he flips to Bama from Mississippi State, Cavante Henry. So big time get for DeBoer and Courtney Morgan. We have a 26 kid wide receiver from California, Vance Spafford. Hopefully I'm saying that last name right, and apologies if not, from Mission Viejo. His top 8, as you can see, is Georgia, Notre Dame, Arizona, Ole Miss, Oregon, Washington, Nebraska, and TCU. Again, it's very early, still a year and out, but definitely watch out for Georgia. Seeing some early predictions and hearing some stuff from my sources. Next one is Braden Jones, another 26 kid, edge out of Illinois, commits to the Trojans after this weekend, even though we lost. over Notre Dame and Ohio State. Next one. Apologies for that. Tomi Tupa. I'm most likely saying your name wrong just in general, and I apologize. I really do. Another 26 kid defensive lineman out of Mater Dei commits to the Ducks over Oregon and USC. So big time get for Oregon. They also did flip another 26 lineman from USC, Utah kid as well. So definitely after that win, you're definitely seeing the gains in recruiting. Jacob Bradford, right before the LSU game, committed to LSU. He was previously committed to Houston and is big time safety. We mentioned this in the past when he decommitted from Mississippi State, but Mario Nash Jr., a big time tackle out of Mississippi, commits to Florida State again after recently decommitting. Sam Turner, wide receiver, he flips to Auburn from Georgia Tech. And then lastly, Daylon McCutcheon, wide receiver from out of Texas. He flips to Texas from FSU. So big time get for Texas. I think he's going to excel in that offense. So in my opinion, a great decision for the young kid. And guys, this will conclude Week 7 recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section how you guys thought that this weekend was. I thought it was exceptional, and I look forward to just watching more football. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll have a preview later this week. Peace.